Hi everyone, Fernando here. So a couple of people have been wondering if you're able to get multiple Anker systems working together, and I'm here to confirm that you can. A couple of people have asked me to show or share how my system is wired up and how all of these three different systems are able to work together. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how we wired up our system. So I wanted to go ahead and start off by showing everybody our main service panel. So as you guys could see, it's almost completely empty. The only two things that we currently have installed here is gonna be our surge protector. What this does is it protects all of the electronics that are inside our home beyond this point. So every backup system that is installed beyond this point is protected from surges. The only other breaker that we currently have installed in here is gonna be this 100 amp twin pole breaker, and that powers our new power dock. So now that I went ahead and shared how the connection between the grid and the new power dock is made and all of the circuits that we have within the new power dock, I want to go ahead and show you guys how we established the connection between the power dock and our existing home power panel. So as you guys could see, we actually have a conduit run leading from the power dock directly into the Anker Solix home power panel. From there, you could actually see another conduit run that comes from the bottom and goes into our existing sub panel. So the way this works, the home power panel actually sees the new power dock as its grid source. So whenever it charges, it actually primarily charges from our existing E10 setup. We actually didn't transfer any of the circuits within our existing sub panel to the power dock because the Anker Solix home power panel already did a pretty good job of powering most of our circuits. I really didn't see a need to transfer any circuits over. There were a couple of circuits that were left in our main panel that we did transfer over to our Anker Solix power dock, and the power dock has done an amazing job handling everything you see here. So within the sub panel itself, we still have all of our circuits for our house except the 240 volt circuits. We actually have another surge protector in here as well. But the cool thing that I was able to do, we actually have our F3000 over here connected to the sub panel via the Anker Solix power saver kit. So the power saver kit is actually installed back there. You could kind of see the box hidden right there. And what that's able to accomplish is that all three systems are actually working together in unison. So let me go ahead and show you guys the screen of each individual system to show you guys how it works. So here's my F3000. As you guys could see, it's at 95% and it's currently outputting 300 watts to our house. So if we currently move over from our F3000 outputting 300 watts, we could actually go over to the first F3800 that's connected directly into our home power panel. This one is currently outputting 0 watts. The reason it's not outputting anything, since the F3000 is sharing half of the load of the entire house, the output is too small. So one of the two F3800s is currently working, which is that one. I have that one facing this way so that the cable is able to reach. If we get a little bit closer, we could actually see the output. So we're currently outputting 340 watts to our house. Since the Anker Solix power saver kit was actually installed within the sub panel and the sub panel receives its energy from the Anker Solix home power panel, it's actually really interesting how the system works. During a power outage, each system sees the bigger system as the grid. So what this means is that the F3000 actually believes that it's getting its power from the home power panel. The home power panel actually thinks that it's receiving its grid source from the power dock. And since the power dock never loses power, we literally always have power. The cool thing about having three different Anker Solix systems is that you're not limited to the total expansion of the system. What I mean by this is that whatever battery expansion pack that is cheapest at the moment, you could actually just go ahead and buy it and expand the total kilowatt hour capacity of your entire house. Is it worth it to do this? It's up to you guys. What I like about this system is that it introduces redundancies. If one system fails, the other system automatically starts taking over. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.